Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here today at Jeddah for our season finale of Division 2 in Zoom Racing League. Join with me in the booth tonight. We have Hudson Poole in qualifying, or full qualifying actually, is already underway. And, full qualifying, some hate it, some love it. Hudson, where do you stand on it?
I'm back and forth with it. If there's different conditions and you can really screw yourself for Q2 or Q3, but I do think overall I like it more. It adds more excitement, and for people that aren't at the top, it's more of a fight. Can I get through the next session? And it adds that extra bit of excitement to it.
Ryan Newton has a little bit of a moment coming to the pits. Right now, we're seeing a lot of drivers out on intermediate tires or medium tires. And that's just one of the extra elements that we see from full qualifying that, again, maybe you hate it or you love it, but it's just something that you deal with. Eric McNerney actually puts in a lap on the softs, same as Mateo, which may not be ideal, to be honest. So the reason that some of these guys are out on inters or mediums is the tire allocation only gives you so many sets of soft tires for the entire weekend. And, intermediate guys, they're probably just going out to make sure that their controls are all set and that they're not going to be running into any technical or hardware issues when they go out for their real laps. But these guys on medium tires are more or less trying to save a set of their soft tires for later in the session when the grip or when more rubber gets laid down. So like Jack Fletcher, who's cross line with a 129.4 respectable medium time, and Shry over here with a 130.3, another respectable medium time. Well, actually, I don't. Yeah, that one might be a little off pace, but these guys getting these medium runs in is really just because they want to save a set of soft tires for either later in Q1 or, if you make it through Q1 to Q2 or Q3, these tires will carry over from session to session. And when you have this full qualifying, yeah, we see Shry have a little bit of a moment there. When you have this full qualifying, it's just another element, another little bit of strategy that you have to think about. And I think for that reason, I kind of do enjoy full qualifying. But I don't know, Hudson. Sometimes does full qualifying sometimes seem like a little bit of a drag? Like, sometimes maybe it just extends the qualifying longer than it needs to be. Let's just get it done in 18 minutes.
I'm sure the people that miss out on Q2 definitely feel that way. But I mean, yeah, it can be a drag sometimes. It just can be excessively long, but it does create like a whole different type of momentum because you have to wait for like the last minute of each session to get the full optimal temperature in the tires you want for the track. But yeah, you can go back and forth on it. But interesting to see as Magnussen Cube goes over the line with the 28.7 with the medium tires, and grid jokes being that on the soft tire compound by 2/10.
Yeah, that's actually a really good time on the medium tires. I was gonna say, what do you think Poole is gonna be? Because I'm not sure now that we're seeing the full qualifying Q1 times, like there's not as much grip in Q1. It's hard to tell. What do you think?
I'm thinking Garrett Elder is gonna go across the line with a 27.5, 27.6 to get pole.
On Q1 or overall?
Q3.
In Q3, okay. So
if he makes it, that's my guess.
Judging off that tells me that this time the Magnussen Q put up first mediums in Q1 this early in the session. That's a pretty good time.
Mm-hmm.
So if Magnussen Q can get through and not use a single set of soft tires, that's a big dub. That's a really big dub. And right now we've only got 18 drivers in the session. We might have a third person. Hold on, I got to accept a friend request so we can get one more person in here, I believe.
Oops.
It looks like we're going to have one more person join late. So on that note, sorry, we will have 19 drivers. 19 drivers will be racing tonight, which means 4 people will get removed in Q1. And that's, you don't want to be in that bottom 4, but knowing that there's only going to be 4 instead of 5 gives you a little bit more of wiggle room, I guess you could say. So.
Yeah. Real quick though, Dougie Falcon's leading the championship by 25 points as he has 268 points himself throughout this 12 race season. heading into the 12th race here in Saudi Arabia. Two possible other victors for the championship are going to be battling him, which is Magnus and Cube with Ferrari and Lights with Mercedes, the top three teams of this whole league. And Dougie Falcons has proved that he can be very consistent, and typically he would be the favorite going into the season, I would imagine. And Magnus and Cube and Lights, I'd say it's a little more of a comeback from them. And Dougie definitely has had his moments throughout the season, but it would be crazy if Dougie Falcons gets a really unlucky race or something, and one of them can come back from the deficit.
It would take a really unlucky race, like you said, the 25-point gap for Magnus and Cube. Yeah, he would have to win the race. Let's say worst case scenario. If Magnussen wins the race, that's going to be 35 points right there, which means he would need Dougie to get 11th or worse. No, 11th wouldn't do it. It'd have to be 12th or worse. 11th would be a tie break, which Dougie would win the tie break. So he would be hoping Dougie would get 12th or worse. Unless there's a fastest lap, that would change things between the two of them. But we're assuming no fastest laps will go to either of them for the sake of that. Yeah, I don't know. I hate doing the live standings in my head. It's so hard to keep up with sometimes here at the very end of things. But we'll keep an eye on Garrett Elder real quick here as he's out on his medium runs. He's going to do he's out on his first quali run, I believe. Yeah, his first real quali run. And he's got the medium tires. He's going to try to get through Q1 on this medium set. Let's see what kind of time he can put up. I'm with you, though. I think that Garrett has the pace to put it on pole. We'll just have to see if he can put the lap together.
Also, another note, I was talking to Garrett Elder, I think it was a day before this race right now, and he said that for Saudi Arabia, this is the most practice he's put into the whole season for a race besides Monaco. So he's come prepared and ready, and he really wants to, end the season off strong from him.
Yeah, he's been so good for Williams throughout the season. He's got 145 points. I think he's probably the top driver over in that team currently. In the combined constructors, I think they've put themselves in a 5th place position, or at least a chance to get a 5th place position. That's really good considering they were in, I think, 9th or 10th to start the season. I believe it was 10th actually. So up to 5th place in combined constructors as Garrett is the team principal. And he's really been a great leader for them as he's putting down a pretty solid lap, it appears, so far for his medium run. Fuel light is on though. Hopefully he has enough fuel to get it done. I know that he has already done one lap as a 137.9. Hopefully he fueled the car up enough. We'll see. He's coming to the line now.
Medium tire compound. What can he do? Ooh.
What do you think? 29.1, is that enough to get through? This is going to be really dicey at the end, man. No one's putting in times. They're all just going to take that one set of softs and take one crack at it. One good crack. Ethan Patel goes with a 128.7. I think that'll probably comfortably get him through. But Garrett at the 29.1, that's right on the edge for me. And all these people waiting till last second. I don't know. Lights coming with the 28.5. McLaren of Eric McNerney. I'm sorry, Mr. Baby just starting a lap. Eric McNerney comes into the pits.
Very interesting though, because we still have drivers that can put in very good times, like Marcel, Ryan, Dougie, maybe Messiah.
Let's hop on board with Dougie.
This ain't over.
Yeah, Dougie's going out for his very first qualifying lap of the session. He didn't go out on inters or mediums, so this is his first time getting a grip on the wheel and just really trying to catch some rhythm here on this lap. He'll get one more shot at it if this doesn't go well, but go on board with him as he's through sector 1, maybe missing some apexes there. He's going to go invalid, and that puts a lot of pressure on our championship leader going into this race, or going to this next qualifying lap now. He's got one shot at it, and he cannot invalidate or go in the bottom 4. With his kind of pace, though, a lap to keep him on the bottom 4 should pretty much be on cruise control for Dougie Falcons. You'd have to think, right?
No, I would hope so. This isn't a very controller-friendly track, to be fair, when there's so many corners you have to get so precise. So obviously we can see him struggling a little bit, but now definitely with nerves are definitely going to come into play. When it's, you're at the very bottom. I mean, your rival Marcel Pabst just set pole time, which is 5/10 quicker than anyone else, and you're down in 19th place, and you need to get into 15th place or better. So, hopefully it doesn't Bennett But I think Dougie Falcons can pull it through. Very
Yeah,
easily.
I kind of agree with you. It really should be a cruise control lap. He shouldn't have to push too hard. He's got a lot of pace compared to other guys in here. When Dougie pushes, he could be, up there top 3 position for qualifying, and you just got to avoid being in that bottom 4. He should be fine. That could be commentators' curse, saying that they'll have to tune in when he goes out for his final lap. At the moment, not too many cars out on track. We have Magnus Q maybe starting his final lap. So Magnus Q starting his final lap right now. He's a P7 right now. With a pretty decent, respectable time. I'm going to say cutoff is going to be somewhere around where Garrett Elder is at right now, 29.1. I don't even think Magnussen really needed to come out on this set of tires, but he came out anyway. What do you think cutoff will be?
Saying that probably 29.1. Yeah, you're probably right. Somewhere around there. Maybe 29.0. I mean, we still have Dougie in the bottom, and Weil can put a lap together, so. That is Kenny LaFleur, right? Yeah, my gamer tag's just weird. And I'm pretty sure Kenny's, he can put in a good time.
Yep, Kenny's, we just saw Kenny have a pretty good performance in D3 as well, his home division. Be reserving today for Aston Martin in place of Alvarez, who's been an up-and-down driver for Aston Martin throughout the season as Marcel Paps retires from the session. Don't panic. A lot of these guys who you're going to see retire from the session didn't really wreck. Sometimes they just like to retire when they feel that they have a time that is comfortable. So we'll probably see a little bit of that as we go on through the session. Doesn't mean that anyone has crashed out. Max and Cube going to come to the line. We'll see what kind of time he puts up. It is an improvement to P2 with a 28.3 strong showing from the Ferraris in Q1. But now is down to the witching hour where we're going to have to see who comes through in the top 15. So we have the Alfa Romeo of Max going to be coming into the pits right now. That'll be it for Max. But his time should be fine to get him through. Let's see. Do we have an Alpine about to cross the line? Am I seeing that right? Or is that a Williams? I may have missed an Alpine. Not sure. Well, Dougie Falcons is on his out lap at the moment. So we will make sure to go on board with that. We won't miss the championship contender. He does have a little bit of traffic in front of him, but he will probably slow down to give himself some space to make sure that, these guys in front of him don't spin or, compromise his lap in any way.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
But yeah, Marcel Kiefer already retiring. He's very confident.
Marcel Kiefer. So a little bit of an elevation from Marcel Paps. He's now an esports driver for Red Bull. Dougie on his final flying lap right now. His first hand final, actually.
He cannot invalidate this, dude.
No, he cannot.
He's probably going to take it really safe.
And that should be fine, though, because right now, like we said, 29.1 is not... For Dougie, it shouldn't be a push lap. It should be a pretty comfortable cruising lap. Ooh, he has a little bit of a moment right there. That'll lose you a couple tenths. That momentum that he just lost is going to carry all the way through this sector. Maybe the nerves hitting a little bit for Dougie Falcons as he's on the controller. I know he's griped about it a lot in the past weeks that he's not so comfortable on controller through this track. We'll have to see.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, you were lagging very bad for me.
Oh, okay.
I think you're back, though. I think you're good.
Well, hopefully.
Oh, this lap does not seem... it's a little sketchy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's missed a couple apexes, but I don't know. He's had a couple moments too, but right now the cutoff is 29.4, so right around where we were talking. Garrett Elder cleared himself, got up to P2. Not sure. We having internet problems on my end, or so. Dougie Falcon's gonna come around the final corner. To the finish line. This lap is going to be a valid one, and it's going to be a 29.1 right there on that cutoff. And that could be it for Dougie Falcons. We'll see as Wiles going to come to the line and try to knock him out. Wiles not going to get it done, but it's going to be Kenny LaFleur. Kenny LaFleur is on his final flying lap right now. And can Kenny LaFleur knock Dougie Falcons out in Q1? He's a purple sector 2. That could be a visual glitch, but it's purple sector 2 so far, what we see on our screen. The Division 3 driver reserving for Aston Martin. Can he knock the championship leader out?
Going to the last corner here, breaking out the 100-meter board. Kenny LaFleur running out the last corner, does not pull a Max Verstappen.
I think he's got it.
Gonna enable DRS. It looked pretty solid from the few corners I've seen.
Yeah, it looks solid.
And he did. Oh my god!
My gosh! So Kenny LaFleur gonna beat Dougie Falcons by the smallest of margins, half of a tenth. And championship leader is going to have a little bit of a struggle. I'm sure if you are Magnus and Q or Lights right now, you are grinning from ear to ear because that is exactly what you wanted to see. However, Dougie's been known for his incredible race starts and his ability to just stay clean through these races. His qualifying has never been top of the top, even though I would say he has top 3 pace. He's had some qualifying struggles throughout the season. So we will see. It's going to be a very good rest of qualifying and race coming up. But for now, we will go to a short intermission, and we'll be back with you guys in just a little bit. All right, and we are back with the action here in Q2 with Zoom Racing League Jeddah full qualifying, the season finale, and already some drama unfolding with Dougie Falcons eliminated in Q1. We got drivers out on track already, led by Grid Jokes, who's out early in the session, 13 minutes left. But yeah, you know, interesting fact. I think this is the first time on the season that you and I were just talking about this in the intermission. Ethan Patel out qualifying his teammate, and he had a really good time on the board too.
Yeah, really good job from Ethan. I think he practiced maybe a bit for this race, so you know, practice makes perfect, and I think Dougie may have been a little cocky going into it, and he didn't practice too much, so you know, it kind of reflects.
Yeah, so Ethan, just talking to Ethan throughout the week, he did put in a little bit of practice for Jeddah this week, and he said he's actually feeling really comfortable here. He said he wouldn't be surprised. Ooh, as we just saw Grid Jokes invalidate. Ethan said he wouldn't be surprised to see himself back in the top 10 this week, which, you know, maybe you would expect a top 10 from a Red Bull driver, but he's having a little bit of a tough season. So top 10 from Ethan would be probably great for him. A great result from what he would want. And I would love to see him back in the top 10. I think that the league is a better league when Ethan Patel is driving to the quality that he should be. See, saw some contact with the wall right there. Jack Fletcher's also on a hot lap. I think he's the first one who's on a hot lap now because the Alfa Romeo in front of him is invalid.
Purple. He's getting a little nice toe, sort of.
Yeah, maybe
a little bit.
Dirty air, maybe.
Going into this last corner. I mean, this corner, at least for me, is actually very tricky. Depending on what circumstances you're in, the braking point changes completely. And it's not very easy to perfect, but here he goes across the line. He's going to go fastest with a 29.2.
Yeah.
Not optimal.
What do you think about people coming out this early in? Because to me, I don't know. Maybe I'm old school or cautious, but to me, coming out on softs, which I mean a lot of people are doing this early in the session, like specifically this early in the session, is a little aggressive. Like, because I feel like I would just come out at the 9-minute mark.
Use tires,
yeah, but wouldn't you just come out at the 9-minute mark instead? You're probably only gonna get 2 rounds regardless, right. So I don't fully understand the strategy of coming out so early, I guess. I don't know. Garrett Elder, I think, has the same idea as me. Garrett's on his outlap. Max is also on his outlap. So coming out a little bit later in the session maybe is, in my opinion, probably what should have been done. But you know, these guys might also know a little bit more than me. I'm not doing so hot in my division, so they probably know something I don't. But from my old man logic, that's kind of what I would take away from it. But a lot of times they're coming on the board. These softs are being used. You're like you said, they are surely used softs. I don't think anyone is going to be using grippy sticker tires this early into the session. They're going to be saving those for when there's a little bit more rubber down late in Q2.
Yeah. So yeah, Q2 times will improve. I would expect to see a time in the 27s, I would imagine, specifically by Marcel or something like that. 28.7 with the used tires, not too bad. Probably had a few moments. Jack Fletcher in P5. If that doesn't put a grin on your face, then you're a monster.
Yeah, no, Jack Fletcher, absolute legend. He's reserving here today. He joined late for Mercedes. He raced the last 3 races for Mercedes as a full-time driver. He took the seat in Division 3, and he has done very good for them. Had some great results, and he's reserving here today in Division 2. And yeah, like you said, put a smile on your face. You've seen him back in the mix. Kaginis in the chat says he hopes for at least 1 Williams on the podium. Garrett Elder could do it. I think he could. If you're in the chat right now, and let us know, give us your predictions. Who do you think is gonna? Let's just start from the baseline. Who do you think is gonna get pole? Could it be Marcel Paps? Ryan Newton's got a decent time already. But you know, could it maybe be someone surprising? Could Lights sneak in there? Grid Jokes come in with the pole time? What do you think, Hudson? I mean, you've already indicated you think it'll be Garrett Elder, right?
Yeah, now seeing Marcel put in a few laps, it's changed my mind a bit. But my hope is to have Garrett Elder on pole position. I think we were talking about it. Was it Abu Dhabi? I think he got pole there, which is pretty cool. Might be wrong.
No, but you're probably right. And Abu Dhabi is his favorite track. I would not be surprised. Which, by the way, who likes Abu Dhabi as their favorite track? There's a certain type of people, I guess. So yeah, Garrett Elder does. He's gonna put a lap in. He's coming down.
He does have a purple sector. You know, again, that could be just a bug, but does have a purple sector to the second sector coming to the last corner of the track. Ooh, puts in deep a little bit. Not get the best apex cornering speed he could have gotten coming across the line. He will get himself a 29.2. Hopefully those are used tires.
Yeah, so that time probably not. That's not even as good as. Well, I'm sorry. That's. Wait, no. I'm sorry. What was his medium run in Q1? I think that's slower than his medium run. Didn't he run a 29.1?
Yeah, I think he ran 29.1.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
probably a rough lap for Garrett. Not what he wanted to put together right there. But nevertheless, time is on the board. Like you said, probably a used set of softs right there. And I don't know. I wish as broadcasters we could see the tire strategies that these guys were doing, because I'm so curious. Like, who's coming out right now? Like Marcel's on an outlap. Is he putting on sticker softs? Like who knows?
Yeah.
I would assume probably, but these are only assumptions we can make.
Yeah, quite tricky. Ryan Newton up there with P2 for around 4/10 off the pace from Marcel Pops currently. Do you think that we could see two Williams drivers in the top 5 for quali today?
For quali? Oh, I wouldn't be shocked at all to see 2 Williams in the top 5. That wouldn't shock me. What would shock me is seeing 2 Williams drivers in the top 5 at the end of the race, because although Garrett Elder may be able to do it and he has the pace, Ryan Newton, I don't know. I'm just going to say he's been a little bit of a question mark for Williams as far as race pace, or not even his race pace, but just being able to stay clean throughout the season. And even the past 2 seasons he's been in the league, it's just been a big struggle for Ryan to keep it clean. He's led the league in penalty points for a couple seasons continuously. He holds the crown for that, and I don't know, especially Jeddah, the walls are so close, you're going so fast. I would be pretty shocked to see 2 drivers from Williams finish in the top 5.
Yeah, the Williams drivers have not had a history of great race finishes, but good qualifying. So maybe something could change with this track. But it will be interesting, especially with this track, for who goes what setup. Who goes the high downforce, who goes the low downforce, because so many different things can work at this track. You know, high downforce, you have that crazy cornering speed, but if you run that low downforce, you'll just be hunting down people in these long straightaways that we're seeing Marcel on right now. So it'll be interesting to see. High downforce would obviously be more suitable for qualifying, but low downforce could be the move for the race.
And we're not going to be able to really tell what their setups are until we kind of see them dueling it out on track in comparison to each other. But typically I will say I think high downforce setups lead to better qualification times, generically speaking. But then I see some esports level guys. Oh, as I see a 27.4 come in from Marcel. Wow, that's a crazy time. So very good lap from him. Colin Edwards coming to the line right now as well. No, Colin Edwards is going to come to the pits. Not happy with his pace. Ryan Newton's going to come to the line. No, he's starting a lap. Sorry. So we'll hop on board with him. Another Williams driver.
Wait, that's better than my prediction.
Yeah, that's I think that is better than the prediction. That is a crazy time for Marcel. So in Q2, very solid time. He will not have to come back out. That is a guarantee. I don't think he'll have to worry about being in the bottom 4 or bottom 5.
Yeah. Anyways, from that wizardry lap, we are on board with Ryan Newton currently. He is coming up to this left-hand hairpin. A lot of tricky corners on this track. Trying to get the throttle down as fast as possible, but if you just do too much application, you'll spin it. Do we think we'll see a lot of safety cars in the race?
Ooh, invalid lap for Ryan. Not ideal. He'll have time to go to the pits and get one more lap in, though. I do think we'll see a safety car at least. I don't know about a lot, but we'll see a safety car at least. Syra comes out of the P2, Division 3 reserve driver for AlphaTauri today. Jack Fletcher was holding the P2 till Syra knocked him down to P3. So Jack Fletcher up into P3 as well. I'm going to say neither one of those drivers will have to worry about falling to the bottom 5. You know who else will have no troubles worrying about being in the bottom 5? Dougie Falcons, as he's already been eliminated from the session. I'm so funny, Hudson. Yes, Dougie Falcons. I can joke because I feel like Dougie, he is my driver. I am the Red Bull team principal, even though I'm in my broadcaster element right now. But Dougie Falcons, I'm confident that his race pace is going to get him into a spot where it's not going to matter. He'll finish top 5 in the race. You think that's accurate?
Top 5. We've seen it happen in Silverstone where he's had a pit for a broken wing when he's down 30 seconds behind everyone. And I think did Dougie win that Silverstone race? I
Um,
think he
yes,
might
he
have.
did. He did.
Because Colin Edwards got that
Yep,
puncture.
Colin Edwards got the crazy
So,
puncture at the end. So yeah.
I don't care where he starts. Anything's possible for Dougie Falcons.
Yep. Good Jokes comes aligned, puts himself through to P3. Ethan Patel, interestingly enough, just coming out of the pits a little late. Yeah, he should have time to get around. It shouldn't be a problem. Ethan Patel gonna let these two other drivers go by him. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Feels confident, like I said. He told me he feels confident this week. Which is a complete flip around. I don't know if anyone in chat saw Ethan Patel's reaction to his race last week, but he was very, very frustrated. Didn't want to race Jeddah. Said he was done. He'll see us next season. And but you know, change of heart. He's out here racing today.
Yeah. You know, as soon as race time comes and you're like, you know, you see people before you in other divisions racing, it's like you got to get yourself out there, and that's probably what happened for him, and he wanted to, you know, put the wheels to the track. So our top 2 currently has retired because they're both very confident that they'll make it through. Garrett Elder in P3 currently. I'm sure he's gonna make it through with the 27.9. What do you think the elimination time will be? I'm thinking like a 28.5.
I'm not. You gotta be in the 28s. That's my guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 28.8. I'm being a little bit more lenient than you. We'll see though. I don't know Mr. Baby that well. I'm not sure what kind of time Kenny LaFleur can put up. Eric McNerney can be hit or miss sometimes. Mateo needs to improve his time, and I'm sure he will. So I don't know. We'll see. 28.8. Final answer. Max and Cube comfortable with his time at a 28.3. He's going to go ahead and retire from the session. Garrett Elder going for another final lap? Or is he going to come to the pits?
Oh, no! No! Ethan Patel invalidates after hitting the wall. That's wraps for Ethan Patel.
Oh, no. Unfortunate for Ethan Patel. So he'll be out of the session. But we have Mr. Baby, Kenny LaFleur. Someone just jumped them both. Eric McNerney as well. And Max on a lap too. So we got all these drivers trying to avoid being in the bottom 5.
That's it for Mr. Baby.
First one out right now is going to be Kenny LaFleur. And yeah, Kenny LaFleur is out. Yeah, he's not on a lap right now. So Kenny LaFleur is going to be out. Next one out would be... Oh my God. Not ideal. And there goes another one. So massive pileup on the backstretch. Looks like the Alpine of Colin Edwards is also affected, caught up in it. But it looks like he's going to get through. But wow, you hate to see it. You know what? If you DNF in this session, regardless of if you're through or not, your car doesn't get repaired for Q3, guys. You're done. So Colin Edwards...
Wait.
I don't know.
Colin Edwards just break his suspension?
Yeah, I think he was involved in that as well. I think Colin Edwards is going to be out unless he just pressed pause and retired on track, which he shouldn't be doing. I don't think he did that. I think he made contact as well. There was a massive pileup that we saw right there. You know, come around the corner. Jeddah's got a lot of blind sort of corners, and you know, saw, I believe it was the McLaren of Mr. Baby sitting sideways on the track. Max had nowhere to go. Made massive contact with him. Colin Edwards comes around, made the same mistake, and I think that both of them broke their suspension, got the wheels taken off of the car, and that'll be the end of qualifying for them. So, wow, dramatic end to qualifying in Q2. Not the way that we like to see it done. Wish we had red flags and we get this stuff taken care of, but you know, hey, that's gonna be it.
Very unfortunate for Colin Edwards if you can't get that car out for Q3.
Yeah, I feel really bad for Max right now because Max should have been through. I feel bad for Colin too because Colin's not going to be able to get a chance to improve from P9. He'll be P10 actually. Colin will start P10. But yeah, Max had a lap going, man, and just had nowhere to go, and just that's part of it. We have ghosting enabled, but sometimes when cars DNF like that on track, there's just nowhere to go, and for whatever reason, ghosting doesn't always work as it appropriately should. Probably a Codemasters issue, or maybe that's intention and designed. I have no clue. No clue why, but that sucks.
Yeah. All right. We'll go to intermission here for Q3.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Take
We'll head to
everything.
intermission right now, guys, and we'll see you guys back here for Q3. Stay tuned. All right, and we are back live here in Q3 at Jeddah under the lights, the season finale, and Marcel Paps is leading the pack here at in Q3. He's going to be the first one to go out on track. He's going to try to get probably 3 attempts in here. I don't know if it'll be. I don't think he'll have time to get it done.
Yeah, no, it'd be a stretch considering it isn't the shortest lap time ever. So
otherwise, I don't know why you'd be out on the track right now, right? Because the 9-minute rule. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. But Garrett Elder is going to take pole here, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna happen. Marcel Pabst. If he has a better time, I'll delete it manually. It's okay.
Also, notably, Colin Edwards got with the pit crew, was able to get the car back together. Maybe a little bit of damage, but they're going to try to get him back on track. We're going to see if Colin Edwards can get a lap time in. So, not sure how that happened, but he's going to be able to get a time in. And we'll see what time he's going to have to beat as Marcel is going to be coming around the final corner. Coming to the line, this will be a banker lap.
Looked pretty solid through the beginning of the lap. 27.8. Oh, 27.6.
Yeah, so good time from him. We'll see what Garrett does in comparison. 28.4, so he's 0.8 off. A couple other times coming in behind. There's another Ferrari. Is that Maxon Cube, who goes 28.2. He's going to put himself in second place. And AlphaTauri behind him is Syra, starting his lap, actually. And Mercedes is going to cross the line. That's Lights going 28.8, the third place in the championship right now. And the Alfa Romeo of Grid Joke is going to go 28.0. So these are definitely just some banker times. They might even be on used tires if these guys thought that they could get 3 laps in. I don't think they can, though. But,
yeah, no.
Could be used tires. Cool thing about Q3 is if you make it to Q3, they will get, or F1 will give you an extra set of tires specifically for Q3 that you can use. So these guys all will be given 1 set of fresh tires. So we talked about it earlier. We're not sure if they're on fresh tires or not. Well, I can guarantee you on their last run of this session, they will all be on fresh, soft tires, and it'll be fun to watch. It'll be an absolute thrilling pole shootout, and I don't know. I want to say that Garrett Elder could go pole, but like you said, Marcel's times are a little bit scary right now, especially like that's a good banker, man. That's a really good banker.
Yeah. I think Marcel has this wrapped up. But you never know, something could happen. Maybe Garrett Elder will prove us all wrong here, which I hope he does.
I mean, interesting fact, though, Marcel doesn't really hold any status in the championship, apart from, you know, the fact that his teammate is trying to win the championship. So Marcel putting up these good qualifying times, I mean, maybe it's helpful for Magnussen in a way, but he really, you know, at the end of the day, Magnussen needs to beat Marcel too. He's going to need that win.
Well, we got 6 minutes left in quali. Anything can happen. Colin Edwards maybe can put himself high up there. Wouldn't mind seeing that.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. Jack Fletcher out there made it to Q3. Going to invalidate his lap right now. But is this an out lap? No, this is a real lap. So, yeah, unfortunate for Jack Fletcher. He's only going to get one more shot at it.
Could have an extra set of tires. Like you said, going to Q3, F1 personally gives you tires to your house.
Yeah, I was going to say, it might just be like handed to you like a bag of candy.
Yeah, and a little gift bag.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Ryan Newton invalidated his lap, so that won't be any improvement for him.
Which is, he already had a lap time down, though. This might be his end lap that we're watching.
Oh, I knew that.
He has 57% battery, though, so that's kind of crazy.
Is he going?
Oh, he thought about it. That's interesting. So Ryan Newton, like he couldn't figure out if he wanted to go again or not, but he's going to come into the pits, as all the drivers will, and we're probably going to have a little bit of a, you know, couple sleepy minutes here, where there's not any drivers going on track. You know what? I take that back. Syra looks like he's going again on the same set, which is interesting because he doesn't have battery.
And then he
and he invalidated it right away, so I don't know. Maybe he's just staying out here for rhythm. You know, he's going to get back into the pits in time for another lap. It's not that big of a deal for him, but no one else on track. We're not going to see them come out of the pits until about 2 minutes, 30 seconds, or maybe if they want to come out early just to be safe, they'll come around the 3-minute mark, but yeah, this is kind of what I was pointing out. Like, I don't know why they all went so early in the session. They could have, this dead time right now, they, you know, they could have been avoided by coming out at the 9-minute mark instead. A lot of these drivers chose to come out as soon as qualifying started. And Syra maybe cut a couple corners to get back to the pits on time. I don't think he needs to do that, but regardless, he looks like he's choosing to. Garrett Elder coming out really early. That's not a very confident move. What's your thoughts on that?
Oopsie. That's not. I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe he's fueling for multiple runs because he's not confident, like you said. Yeah. Not sure why he's gone out this early.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Even if I really don't feel like Jeddah is one of those tracks that you can do two multiple runs. There's a lot of tire temperature built up on that first run when you're really flat out, and these soft tires heat up so quick. I don't know. What do you think? Like, you think he could avoid overheating if he even went for a second run?
I mean, for his second run, if he just took it completely chill the whole time, then yeah, I think it would be fine. But it's just unnecessary wear also added to your soft tires.
This seems like a really unaggressive move from a driver who's shown so much confidence throughout the season to come out this early. It's like he wants two shots at it, and really, you know, if you want to pull, you're gonna have to take it. You're gonna have to come out the very last minute, get the track, get the most grip. But we're gonna go ahead and hop on board with him. This will probably be his last run. I don't think if he gets a run after this, it will be any good. He'll be down on battery, worn tires, overheating tires. This will probably be all he gets. So looks okay to the first sector. Maybe missing some apexes a little bit.
Yeah, does miss quite a few apexes. Looks like he's maybe a little hesitant to get on the throttle. The top four, now the top three, are still in the pits. If Marcel wants to improve on his lap, he's going to have to leave pretty soon. Looked like a solid corner there from Garrett Elder, though. Coming into a very tricky, tight right-hander right here.
Ooh,
nails it. Okay.
That was good. That was good. So maybe we could see a little bit of a turnaround. I think he missed a little bit of the first sector, but it looks like he's coming back around. It looks like a really strong second sector. Yeah, let's go purple. He's up 7/10.
Oh, that was not good.
Keeps it valid.
Oh, we got a yellow.
So Garrett right now on pace for 27.7. He's close to pole. Obviously other people are going to be improving their times. I won't be surprised if he goes pole right here, but this...
That was pretty good. Kind of... Yeah, it was alright. Let's see what he can do.
This will probably be provisional pole. It is, so it's provisional pole, barely. However, that's all he gets. He's not going to get a chance at it after that.
No.
So yeah, Marcel Paps is going to get the ultimate grip. You know, same as all these other drivers.
Now imagine if Garrett just put in a low amount of fuel and went last second. What that lap time could have been.
It could have been a 27.4. Probably.
Yeah. Could have been.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
It is what it is. So now most of our drivers are now starting their laps. Is Marcel? No, he hasn't started his lap yet. But now, if Marcel invalidates, you know, like how crazy could that be?
Oh, that would be crazy. Yeah, you know, let's hope for it. Actually, I'd love to see Garrett on pole over Marcel.
We're so unbiased.
The Williams driver.
Alright. Going into turn 1, turn 2, a very common place to invalidate. Oh my god.
Oh,
Both
he's on the edge.
Very close.
He hit both apexes. He was very close.
He nailed it.
Ooh, maybe he hit the apex, but he probably could have carried more speed. But keep in mind, Garrett struggled through here as well. Garrett was really conservative.
Oh, he nailed that. Okay.
Oh, he did! He lost it! Oh my gosh! In the commentators.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, okay. Well, now we need to see who goes across the line.
Next person across the line is going to be Jack Fletcher, who's capable.
He invalidated.
The Ferrari Magnussen Cube.
Ferrari?
Magnussen Cube is going to come across the line. He can't do it.
Oh
Next is going to be the Alpine of Colin Edwards. He's got potential. He's going to give a toe to the AlphaTauri of Syra, too.
Does it go anywhere?
Syra can't do it. Grid Jokes, can you do it? Grid Jokes can't do it.
Ryan Newton, his teammate, keeps the 6. Eric McNerney.
And
That
is
is
literally
it.
it. Oh
I
my
called it too.
gosh.
27.6. I think I said 27.6 or like
So
5.
Garrett Elder goes
Oh
on
my
pole.
god.
You called it. Incredible.
Seven thousand so a second.
Every, everything that could go wrong did go wrong for the others, and it worked out for Garrett, who, with the interesting strategy of coming out of the pits super early. You know, Hudson, this is why you and I are both not cut out for Division 2. You know? We will never be Division 2 drivers.
Why is that?
Just these strategies are just too good.
Dude, who went or 300ths of a second separate the top 3. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so
From two
incredible
drivers.
qualifying from Garrett. Incredible qualifying to watch. And yeah, so we won't have a formation lap, so we're not going to go to an intermission. We'll just stay right here. The
Oh man,
drivers,
Garrett Elder.
yeah, Garrett Elder starting on pole. We'll hop on board with Eruption as we go into turn 1, even though, you know, we have to keep, and you know what, I take that back. Let's hop on board with Dougie Falcons. I know it sounds interesting, but he's our championship leader. He's known for his incredible starts. Let's hop on board with him in the back of the field. And
He's
let's
pretty far back.
Yeah, but there's nothing that we need to worry about with Marcel Paps and Garrett Elder. I just want to see what kind of launch Garrett Elder gets out of the gate. Or I'm sorry, Dougie Falcons gets out of the gate, and then we'll switch back to the front of the field. As the
No, we
drivers,
just have to wait for the drivers to pick their strategy, their tires, any setup changes that they need to do last second, their fuel load, all that good stuff.
man, now that Garrett's got the lead, who do you have to win the race? Does that change anything for you?
Garrett Elder.
He could win it.
That'd be, he practiced for it. It'd be really cool if he did.
All right, and the drivers are ready. The nerves are settled, and let's hop on board Dougie Falcons, our championship leader. Lights are out, and the race is underway. The season finale. Dougie Falcons gets an incredible start, jumps his teammate, just flying past everyone. And down into turn 1, lots of chaos. He gets a little bit of bump from the back. Let's go. We have an Alfa Romeo around. And Garrett Elder still holding on to the lead at the moment. Oh, someone's around. Was that Ryan Newton? So Dougie Falcons already up to P11, and there's a Haas that goes around, and a McLaren right in front of him, and this is just absolute chaos. Dougie Falcons up 7 places to P9. Oh my gosh, so a little bit of clean air now. Let's hop to the front of the field. Looks like Marcel and Garrett got a pretty clean getaway. Mateo is up 7 places right now. He's up in P4. Lights up 3 places. He's in P5. Max and Cube is struggling a little bit. So right now, Dougie Falcons, checkmate, back in the lead for the championship. He's got P9. That's all he needs to clinch. P11 or better, and he has won the championship. And he's sitting in a comfortable spot right now. And that would only be if Magnus and Cube were to win the race.
Yeah. And currently his 2 rivals are P5 and P6, so he has nothing to worry about. Freaking Garrett Elder, still P1, and that's what I like to see. Syra is now trying to overtake Marcel Pops. If we go on his
on the
camera,
outside,
side by side, and he will try to get a better exit, trying the little switchback. He's gonna blow all, or at least try to blow all his ERS here. Look like they're pretty equal on wings. Maybe Marcel is a little lower.
is he gonna dive him into turn 1? And Syra, he makes some contact. I don't know. That'll be. I mean, I'm sure stewards will review that, but that's gonna allow Mateo, the Canadian, 12 years old.
2-second gap between Marcel and Garrett now.
Yep. You're right. Lights losing ground, or losing a position right there to Max and Cube. I'm sorry. I'm not sure who lost it to who, but it's like they're swapping positions back and forth. There may have been an illegal overtake right there off track that may have been given back. I'm not quite sure. Marcel now 1.6 seconds back. He is reeling in Garrett Elder. We'll keep an eye on that gap. You know, Marcel's got the pace. Mateo on the medium tires has really worked out for him, man. If you look at the details now, he is up 8 places. So start at P11. Who cares if you start P11? Already in a podium position for the Aston Martin driver.
Yeah, really good stuff from him. And oh, he is on the medium tire though, so that will come to bite him later, unless he gets a lucky safety car, which that could honestly put him in a huge position to win the race. 1.7 seconds now, 1.6. So Marcel is definitely hunting down that gap. Still being very careful with his ZRS. Maybe he's confident in his driving style. Dougie P9. He's made up the time. He's lost to P8. Which it is Max, which is on the medium tire compound. So a couple of people going with the strategy that is not expected. But really good start for Dougie Falcons.
Yeah, and Max is all over the back of Colin Edwards. We've got a little bit of train forming right here, and they're going to slow each other down because of this train, just the traffic, and they're going to go side by side into turn one potentially, unless Colin Edwards decides to give up that position and just fall into line, which I think he probably will. Yeah, so no aggressive moves coming, but when Dougie Falcon sees these guys jostling and fighting a little bit in front of him, that lights his eyes up, because that tells him that these guys are slowing down, and it's going to allow him to be reeled back in, which he really needed, because those guys being in front of him really slowed him down and kind of created that gap early in the race.
Yeah. Moving forward, 1.2 seconds is now the gap. So Garrett Elder is at 83%, and Marcel is around the same. So he hasn't been really pushing his DRS, just off of pure pace and maybe some setup changes. Yeah, he's doing really good right now to hunt down Garrett Elder. So we still have the Maddox and Cuban Lights fight for who gets P2 in the championship. That'll be interesting to see. And it looks like Beamer probably had wing damage or something, so he went to the pits early and then he sped. So 5-second time penalty given for him.
Jack Fletcher has a little bit of moment. Grid jokes all over his gearbox. Not going to be able to get it done at the moment, but up front we got Maddox and Cube, like you said, all over the back of Lights. DRS is going to be enabled on this lap. See if he decides to make a move here. He's got the battery down. He wants to get the track position right now. He doesn't want to mess around with it. Is he going to be able to get position on the outside of the track? Lights is going to squeeze him to the outside, but he will have it for now. He's going to have DRS coming into the front straight. Makes a little bit of contact. Gives him a little bit of a bump draft. That might be the boost that Lights needed coming down the straightaway, but Madison's going to burn his battery. He wants to get this move done now. Defensive move from Lights to the inside. Madison's going to be on the outside as Lights holding the inside. Going to make a little bit of contact, going for the switchback. Can he get it done? It's good clean racing between two drivers as they're side by side going into the Sector 1 S's.
Yep, that is what we like to see. Clean racing, no safety cars out yet. Mercedes, Ferrari, they're all really close right now. Lights giving no room for Madison Cube. But we have quite the fight on our hands for the midfield currently. And Dougie Falcon's just at the end of it all. Just trying to see what he can do. Yeah, but he is low on ERS. Wow.
Yeah, he had to be, because all that aggressive moves that he did at the start of the race to get to where he's at, which is all he needs, by the way. He had to use a little bit of battery to get there, but nevertheless, he is he's where he needs to be. So I think that's fine for him at the moment. He's on the hard tires too, so he'll be faster than a couple of these medium runners towards the end of the race. Marcel back in DRS range of Garrett, by the way. Mateo in that same train. So we got a couple different trains being formed. We got the first train of Garrett Elder, Marcel, Mateo pulling away. Kind of like we saw at Canada last week, except for it was Marcel, Mateo, and Magnussen. This time Garrett Elder's in that mix. Magnussen not able to make it. Oh, Lights and... Big contact between Magnussen and Lights coming out of the final corner. That's going to give wing damage, I believe, to Magnussen, unless he's got a wing of absolute steel instead of carbon fiber, which it appears he does. He's going to keep the car out on track. Unfortunate for Magnussen. And a little bit of contact as Beamer, also known as a non-trivet. Oh, no, that was Jack Fletcher. Jack Fletcher makes a little bit of a misjudgment down going into turn one. Shoots like a missile into the side of Shirai. And, probably didn't make Shirai happy doing that, but I'm sure Jack Fletcher will write a lengthy apology note to him and his family after the race. But, like I said, Magnussen Cube affected in a lot of that contact, and now he's, 4 positions back from Lights with Dougie Falcons up in 8th place. Oh, by the way, Dougie Falcons all over the back of Lights.
Yeah, given no room, he's trying to charge up the battery, but now... Was Lights caught up in the incident? Maybe he has some damage?
He could. I mean, I know there is contact between Lights and Max and Cube. Lights does seem to be struggling. Dougie was not this close before, and Lights is now 2.2 seconds back from Colin Edwards. He's losing quickly. We'll see. Dougie's going to blow his battery right here to get by. We'll see if Lights tries to fight it at all. If he does have damage, shouldn't be fighting it, which I don't think he's going to. So Lights maybe...
Ooh,
Dougie's going to do the DRS trick on him. Dougie's going to get DRS right here. It's the controversial DRS Jeddah trick that we saw Max Verstappen do to Lewis Hamilton 2 seasons ago now, right?
Yeah, but Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen had the huge DRS battle.
Yeah, there you go. So Dougie Falcon's getting the move done Lights came into the pits. Yeah, so we missed that. Lights is into the pits. Must have been battling something.
Right on the back of Garrett Elder. We lost a little bit of time, possibly a warning from him. But yeah, he's given no room to Garrett Elder now, and Garrett. They're both at very similar ERS levels, so.
And these three are just, they've really created a gap. 4 seconds in front of 4th place. This has become a 3-man horse race.
Very special stuff from these guys. It'll be really interesting to see who wins this race. Obviously, Marcel looks like he has insane pace right now, but Garrett Elder could pull something that no one else could foresee. Ryan Newton down to P11. That was fortunate for Williams. Big surprise there that he's not in the top 5. Anyways, Magic Cube now losing the DRS to Grid Joke, so that train will be put to a halt a little bit.
You know, I don't want to jinx it for the guy, but, you know, Ethan Patel, he's just had a nice, steady, just flowing race right now. And this is something like he's really needed. He's had so much trauma in the past, like, couple races at the beginning of the race. He just has to, like, keep his nose clean.
Really Marcel overtaking Garrett Elder.
Oh, yes, Marcel in the front straightaway, overtaking Garrett Elder. And that's going to, you know, really change things up. Garrett's going to have the DRS now, though, and he does have the battery advantage, too. Garrett might just kind of fall in and be content with Marcel pulling him. I know Garrett's a really smart veteran racer, and if he can keep pace with Marcel, he might be content with just staying behind him.
He might lose the DRS, honestly.
Yeah, Marcel is flying.
Yeah, he's gonna have to use a lot of that battery.
He does have the battery advantage, though.
Yeah.
All he's got to do is make it from DRS checkpoint to DRS checkpoint. Like old school Mario Kart. You know anything about that?
Yeah.
So Garrett Elder is going to get DRS on this checkpoint right here. That's going to give him a little bit of a breather that he's going to need. So he should hit these next 3 DRS checkpoints, and that'll be very comfortable for him. As we have a Haas around. Is that a Haas of Anand Trivedi? No, that's the Haas of Jack Fletcher losing his wing. We had a wing on track. Will they call for a virtual safety car to neutralize the field? Nope. They're going to stay green flag. It looks like the stewards are able to run out in front of that McLaren on track and get that wing out of the way. So, Garrett Elder still all over the back of Marcel. Let's see. I mean, DRS is so strong around here, Hudson. I don't know if the pace can really pull Marcel away. If he's going to do it, it has to be through Sector 1, right?
Exactly, yeah. That's where Marcel has a huge advantage over Garrett Elder, and I think with this, I think it's possible. It's possible. But Dougie Falcons, had a little bit of contact, it looked like, with Kenny LaFleur, and he was having quite the battle.
So good racing between Kenny and Dougie. We'll stay on board with these guys for the moment. Let's see if we get any other battles on track. Looks like Eric McNerney also all over the back of Shry through first sector. Anderson Cube hunting down the Williams of Ryan Newton. Jack Fletcher down. Oh, he's fallen down positions. He's into the pits. So Lights on the hard tires. He's on 5-lap old hard tires. Can he make it to the end on those? I don't think he can.
After Cody shenanigans we saw at Canada, I don't even know anymore. You might be able to.
It's hard telling.
You know, yeah, unless the safety car happens, which is completely just change up this race. Yeah, nothing's for certain. Dougie Falcons though makes it back up to P8, trying to hunt back Kenny LaFleur, which is on the medium tires. I would imagine hard tires would probably be better than the mediums right about now. No?
Yeah, I would say you'd have to get the advantage of the hard tire at this point. as much as Garrett might be struggling to keep up with Marcel at the moment, which I don't think he is. He's got the battery. Mateo's really going to be about like feeling. He's really going to be feeling that burn around now. As you see, he's out of battery. His medium tires are going to start fading away, and these hard tire runners are really going to be pulling away from him. In fact, if Marcel and Garrett just wanted to give a little splash about 20% battery, they would probably be long gone of him already. But for now, he's going to be barely hanging on to that DRS. We'll see how much longer he can hold on, though.
Yeah. It's not looking good for him, but... Oh, Candle Fire picks up a 3-second time penalty. That'll be huge towards the end of this race. I don't think it's expected for too many people to get time penalties around here. Though for myself, it's very easy. But as we've seen in past league races, not too common for people. But, you know, Garrett Alder's hanging in there. He's keeping a 6/10 gap right now, actually, with Marcel. He's not giving up. He's going to go to the very end, which is good for him. So, yeah, we'll see what happens between them two.
Yeah, I mean, in this style of racing, you really only have to just maintain DRS. Just stay in the train, and Garrett will have a shot at the end. That's really all you got to do. I mean, you keep it clean for 24 laps on the last lap. If you're right there, you can make your move.
Oh my God. Dougie Falcon's going side by side with Grid Jokes in the last corner. Just squeezes him off, and now he's going to be putting the ERS.
Ooh, and Jack Fletcher's out of the race. Is that going to be a safety car? And it is. That is a full safety car. As the safety car will be coming out on track, we'll have a couple guys with a chance to enter the pits. That's going to be Ethan Patel into the pits, the first one in. He's going to get a chance to come to the medium tire. I don't know if the medium tire can make it that far. Is that the right call?
I think it could.
Well, it is the right call. I'll tell you this, because he only lost 2 positions, and now he's on a fresh set of mediums. Where, you know, if he stays out, I mean, his mediums these probably won't make it to the end. But if he stays out, he's going to be P12 on old hards. Now he's going to be P14 on fresh mediums. I think that's worth, right? It's a good trade. If you should get those 2 positions back on those fresh tires. And then he's going to have to pit again anyway, which he would have had to do later, regardless.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Mateo gaining a huge advantage here.
Oh my gosh.
With that 7-second gap behind him.
Yeah, Marcel and Garrett should not be pitting, I don't think. They're going to lose way too much. Anyone at the front who would pit, this is the difference. It works for Ethan because he's in the back. Marcel pitting would drop him to 8th, 9th, 10th place. Maybe worse. It might put him right behind Magnus and Cube.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see them pit.
I think the first person really who should be pitting would be Magnus and Cube. Because you'd only lose those 2 spots to the Mercedes and the McLaren, who will probably pit anyway. If you are Marcel and you pit, you pray that everyone else pits. But if they don't pit, you're in trouble. He's pitting. All right, and yeah, these other guys pit. He's fine. So they are gonna pit. Is anyone gonna stay out and take the lead of the race? I am shocked by this. Dougie Falcon, stay out. No one does it. No one takes the bait. What do you think, Hudson?
That's... Oh my God! Imagine if Garrett
it's a free lead of the race for anyone. And no one takes it. Wow, I mean,
it only takes 5 seconds.
I really am shocked by that. I get wanting to pit for the medium tires, but you are gambling that everyone behind you pits, and yeah, I think Garrett Elder just made a huge mistake.
What?
No, Garrett Elder could be in first place right now.
Yeah, with old hards and you have to pit.
Yeah, Marcel's gonna have to pit again too.
Not necessarily.
I don't know.
Unless they pull a Colin Edwards and go. Phew,
it's gonna be close on tire wear. Is my point. We can't guarantee they're gonna make it to the end of the race on these tire compounds. Right?
I don't know. Marcel trying to get rid of his fuel here by power braking.
Oh yeah, Marcel trying to burn a little bit of fuel. May not be the move, by the way. I know that this game has been a little bit funky with engine temperatures. Well, we'll have to see if it pays off for him.
Yeah, no, Mateo now in 3rd. He might get eaten up a little bit in the beginning, but towards the end, Mateo will have...
If he can just hang in there, yeah. Because I don't know, he could win the race if these guys can't make it to the end.
Absolutely.
I really think Garrett should have stayed out because Marcel. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Yeah, you're
Well,
right. It'll just depend if they can make it to the end. I don't know if they can or not.
I have a good feeling that they both can. But now we wait on 4 drivers to catch up to the safety car, which is a Mercedes, McLaren, AlphaTauri, and I can't tell what the other car is. I think that might be a Mercedes too. Maybe a Haas. That's a Haas.
What do you think? Can Mateo hang in with these 2 drivers? Because they're gonna have the fresh mediums. It's really gonna tell in these first couple laps, right? Like when he doesn't have DRS.
Yeah, he might lose the DRS actually, unless he unless he burns to try to keep it within the DRS. But Syra behind him will be on a hunt, and oh my God, Syra just pulled a Grosjean. Or I am not entirely sure what happened to him. I didn't see it. Did you see it?
I did not see it.
Oh yeah, his car was broken. Unless someone pushed him, I think he may have just pulled a Grosjean. That that hurts to see.
I completely missed it. Oh wow, yeah. Cyrus says his wheel disconnected. Well, luckily,
right there.
doesn't look like he took anyone else with him. So, unfortunate for him. Lights is gonna pull over and let Weil by. Not sure the strategy there. Maybe a little bit of sportsmanship or gamesmanship between the 2 drivers. Oh. Lights wants to keep the safety car in for another lap. I'm pretty sure. He's intentionally slowing down so this safety car does not go this lap.
Won't you get a penalty for not catching up or something like that?
And we'll see in the steward's room if anything is done about it. This is an interesting move from Lights. He is definitely doing it intentionally. I wonder why. I wonder what the purpose is. What's the thought process? Why would you not want to go green right here?
Maybe, I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, safety car is not coming in.
Maybe he doesn't think his mediums can make it to the end, so he wants another lap under caution.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe he didn't have enough fuel. Wants another lap under caution. I don't know.
A lot of different things. Dougie Falcon's up at a P6 on new mediums. Imagine Dougie wins the race.
Oh, this is it. This is why. Lights wants to go to a new set of mediums.
Huh.
So he's going to have a little bit of a tire advantage on everyone. Oh, he wants a new wing. Okay, there it is.
Nah, that makes more sense.
So Light's going to get the new wing that he needed. Holds the rest of the race up. But, you know, I guess maybe it was a smart move. I don't know if it'll be deemed illegal by the stewards or not. I believe we've seen it before by Garrett Elder at Japan. We'll have to see what they say, I guess. But regardless, we'll do another lap in our safety car now. Advantage to the medium tire runners, I would guess, because that's just one more lap that they don't have to worry about tire wear.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is looking better and better for the medium because you're obviously not going full out. Tire wear is going to be, of course, less under safety car, so I do think Marcel and Garrett will be able to make it to the end of this race with those medium tires.
Dougie Falcon's at P6 currently, with a nice little race reset for him.
Starting P16, made up 10 positions. What a surprise.
I want to say I'm surprised, but then again, I think we both called it. We knew, I mean, I said he'd be in the top 5. You said you wouldn't be shocked by it. I mean, the guy just has incredible race pace, incredible race starts too. I don't know how he always puts himself in a position to do that, but safety car is going to be coming in this lap. Race control has made the call. And what the, am I seeing green flag right now? You seen green flag on track?
Nope. I'm not
Okay.
seeing a yellow though. But Marcel's still going, slow, trying to warm up his tires.
Okay, probably a visual bug on my screen. I saw a
Yeah,
good green flag,
still
but
yellow.
we'll see when Marcel decides to go. Probably right here.
Punch it, Garrett.
No, he's gonna hold it. He's holding the field.
Garrett try to get. Oh, Marcel gets a really good start. Mateo is now going to be on Garrett's gearbox here.
Caught him off guard for sure.
Yeah.
Garrett's gonna have to burn. Both drivers burning. Will Mateo try it down the inside? He's gonna force him wide. Garrett has to give him room. Mateo could go for the switchback right here. If nothing else, Mateo just caused Garrett to lose some time, and he needs that. As Grid Jokes falls back down to the back of the field, might have some damage as well. As a caution, Ethan Patel out of the race. No. So Ethan loses it through the S's. Looks like he may have collected a couple cars with him as well. As Weil lights, not sure what happened to Ethan, but looks like there was a big collision between a couple of drivers. I'm not going to be surprised to see another safety car come out. We'll see if the stewards make that decision, or if they're able to clear the debris from the track. And they do. They're going to clear the debris. It's going to stay green flag.
Yeah, so Garrett Elder's already lost the DRS to Marcel, but what I'm seeing through here is that maybe Marcel just running that higher wing because he is destroying Garrett through that first sector. But as we see, I think Garrett was just 1/1000th of a second out of DRS for the straight right here.
Well, DRS is disabled still. DRS is still disabled. Yeah.
Also a little slow in the head. Forgot about that.
No, it's all good. DRS is disabled for this lap. Garrett is going to have to burn his DRS if he wants any chance at it, though. Ethan Patel saying he's not too happy. Something happened with between him and Shry to avoid an incident in front of them, and it looks like Ethan Patel was taken out. So Ethan Patel not happy with the Mercedes driver. So probably something the stewards will have to look at after the race or between the two. Nothing like some good Red Bull Mercedes drama at Jeddah, you know?
Okay.
So Colin Edwards all over the back of Max right now. And they got a little train starting to form here between Colin Edwards all the way down to Shry, down to P11. Really down to the tail of field, down to Grid Jokes, honestly. Still pretty close together, everyone. But the front three drivers, again, have kind of just spread out.
Didn't realize I just deafened, so he said that in here. But yeah, for some reason, my top two deltas are not updating, so that's a little weird. But Mateo... Oh, my deltas are all messed up.
Yeah, so Mateo's 1.7 seconds back from Garrett. Garrett is 1.2 back from Marcel. There's no DRS given between them. But Max is going to get DRS on Mateo. He's going to hang on to him for the time being.
Yay. Okay.
Eric McNerney has already gone through a full tank of battery, but he's all over the back of Ryan Newton, seeing if he can get a move done early in this green flag run.
The Pop's just setting fastest lap after fastest lap. Just too good. But yeah, no. He's... Oh my god! 3-second time penalty for Marcel Paps. Too many warnings. So if Garrett Elder can somehow keep it within 3 seconds, he just doesn't pick up a 3-second time penalty.
You could win the race.
That's wrapped. That's wrapped.
Well, Kaginis in the chat asked for a Williams podium. How would a Williams win sound, Kaginis? I would like the sound of that.
Well, Marcel just gapped like 5/10 from him on those S's. So
for lights, bad gets worse. Looks like he had an incident with Weil through turn 1, and you know, not a good race for him. And he's already, you know, think he's gonna need a safety car to have any chance. I think his championship hopes are a little bit down the drain at this point. Garrett Elder gets a penalty. God. Mateo now could be in the running, but Mateo's not. You know, he's got the hard tire. He's really struggling right now, but he'll come alive at the end of the race. Just will there be enough time?
Yeah, as we can see, our top two just trying to push as hard as possible. Obviously pushing too hard for the track limits, so they're exceeding them. Mateo will have the advantage later here, though.
How late? I just don't think there'll be enough time. He'll have it a little bit of an advantage the last 5 laps, but he's already lost 3.5 seconds. Like, I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah. Not
He
looking
he
good
might
for
be a
him.
couple tenths faster than them at the end, but he's just losing way more than a couple tenths per lap at this moment. As they're going to be fighting going 3 wide into turn 1. And that is a sight to see under the lights of Jeddah. Looks like the Alfa Romeo of Max is going to go for the switchback.
Oh my God.
And Mr. Baby's out of the race.
Max sends it. Oh my God. Oh.
Oh, and some contact between Colin Edwards and Mateo. Trying to go too wide through the S section. Could that be a safety car? No, they're going to keep it green. Stewards making some really interesting decisions here today. So only 14 cars left in the race as Lights has retired and Mr. Baby have retired in the pits after their collision on the previous lap.
Wow, this race is taking
So-
quite the beating for each other's cars.
Yeah, Lights officially removed from the championship battle, securing his place in P3. Unless Colin
Lights
Edwards were to win this
obviously
race.
not
Yeah.
Too happy with Magnus the Cube, as we see in the chat. Something probably went down between them. But Dougie now P5 behind Mateo. And he's actually behind 2 hard runners. So if anything, as this race goes out, it'll just be harder and harder to overtake them. But if we look on Dougie's cam, Mateo is blinking. So that indicates to him that he is low. And is he going to put on the DRS? He's not. He's going to try to save up some
Max
more.
is also blinking. I know Dougie's only got 40% battery, which doesn't seem great, but he's doing a lot better than the 2 in front of him. If he wants to get a move done, though, he's got to do it pretty soon because his tires are going to be dropping off towards the end of this race.
Yeah, and, well, I think it's a little bit out of reach at this point, but if he does pass these 2 hard runners, both the drivers in front of him have a 3-second time penalty. But Garrett's already,
Pretty far down the road. But if there were a safety car again, oh my gosh, who would be... If there was a safety car, Garrett and Marcel would pretty much have lost the race at that point.
Yeah.
Well, unless they could create a 3-second gap, maybe.
So Ryan Newton has got himself back into 7th. So this looks like a pretty darn good race for Williams. Lights not having some nice words in the chat, but Mateo and Dougie Falcons are going to be having some fighting here soon. Dougie now putting on the ERS, seeing the blinking from Mateo. I'd say his pace is kind of fading a little bit, but we'll see.
What's interesting is Magnus and Cube and Dougie are next to each other on track. I know this won't happen because we all have respect for each other on track, but theoretically, if Magnussen were to take Dougie out of the race, right? He could win the championship. That's one way to win it, right? Dale Earnhardt would have done it. How bad do you want to win? This is Talladega Nights, boys, in Saudi Arabia. So, no, I don't think that would ever happen. I would hope we would never seen that in Super Racing League. But like theoretically,
I don't think he would win it anyways, though, right?
I mean, he would
has
have
a
to win the
20
race. He would still have to win the race, or get second at least. But yeah, theoretically that could happen because, or he if Dougie were to DNF, Magnussen would need third and fastest lap.
Oh, because tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably not gonna happen. Do you think we're gonna see a move from Dougie? I mean, he's actually gaining on his ERS a bit. He was around 40, now he's at 49.
He doesn't need to. That's the thing here. I think Dougie's gonna be smart. Like I said, as long as he finishes the race in the top 11, he wins the championship. And I'm sure he's done the math and he understands that. He sees Max Cube is right behind him. He's completely comfortable. No reason to be fighting Mateo right here. His race is not with Mateo. His race is with Max Cube in the championship. As far as winning Jeddah under the lights, I don't think he's too worried about it.
Yeah. I think as soon as Marcel got that 3-second time penalty, a fire lit up under his butt, and he was like, oh, I should probably start going. Because he's already created a 4.4 second gap between him and P2. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, Eruption is gone. As well as Garrett Elder, too, but, those two are just on a different field today.
Yeah.
Colin Edwards and Shry battling in the back of the field side by side through turn 1. Like Shrai's gonna get the best of him for now as we head into the Jeddah S's. See if Colin Edwards can follow, but there's a lot of dirty air through here that you gotta get comfortable with.
Yeah, dirty air through this S section is just horrible. You have to be so much more careful with the car under trying to get the power down, or else you'll just feel the slip. Jack Fletcher left the session, but he was already retired, so yeah, unfortunate for him.
Let's see, on track right now, we got a close battle from P4 to P7.
Oh!
Is that an Alfa Romeo grid jokes around? Yeah, it is, so he's maybe got some wing damage. Surely, I don't think we'll have a safety car right there.
I think very soon we'll see a move from Colin Edwards on its Shry. He is right behind him. DRS will be activated for him. He's going to try to take the inside line, and I think this will be an easy pass for Colin Edwards.
So Shrai's not even going to contest it. Probably a smart move from Shry. He's going to let Colin Edwards go for now. He's going to get DRS, though. 4 laps left in this race. I think unless we see a safety car, like right now, I think we've got a pretty good look at who's going to win. But still a lot up in the air for this P3.
Yeah, of course, Mateo and Dougie trying to fight for this P3 at the moment. Looks like P1 and P2 are pretty much already wrapped up. No really change in that unless something happens.
Like some rain, maybe, in the Jeddah forecast.
Yeah.
You know, we joke about that, and everyone's like, "Oh, you don't need to practice rain in Jeddah." But what was it in PSGL a couple seasons ago?
Yeah, Jarno Amir.
Jarno Amir. It rained here at Jeddah, which I don't think has ever happened even in real life. Happened during a league race.
It's never rained in Saudi Arabia ever.
Nope, never rained in Saudi Arabia in the history of the earth. This is where why these trees came from sprinkler systems from the ocean, and
do you think it's possible, just out of the randomness, that Marcel gets a puncture here?
No
way.
No.
14 laps, he would have to do 15. Yeah, no chance.
I mean, it's possible. I think that extra lap under caution that Lights kind of held the field definitely helped a lot. It probably put all the medium runners in the clear. I think they'll all be like 65-70%.
Mateo on max. Oh, going into turn 1.
Oh, Mateo gonna go for the switchback. He's got a good look at it. Ooh, just couldn't get the traction. And that Dougie's just being patient right behind him.
That's like kind of fighting we like to see. Hopefully it just doesn't end up with one in the wall. But Max, again, really good gap on Mateo there. And Dougie has a huge battery advantage on P4 and P3 right now, so maybe he'll pull some Jarno Amir stuff and just blow past everyone on the last lap with all that battery. And
okay, if you're Magnussen right here, I'm not suggesting anything, okay? But like, I wouldn't take Dougie out. Hear me out. But couldn't you at this point just drive like an absolute clown, like faking dives or just diving from forever back? I mean, like,
you might as well.
Yeah, I mean, Dougie's gonna have to move. He can't make contact with you, right? Worst case for you, you hit Dougie loses. Like, Dougie didn't move. Dougie's out, right? I mean, I'm speaking like a true Midwestern racer, but like, I feel like you could, at this point, you could literally just do some crazy stuff, and Dougie's got to avoid you.
Bubba Wallace type crap right here.
Yeah.
All right, so
I need to stop tuning into NASCAR on Sundays.
Mateo with DRS going into turn 1. He's not even gonna think. Oh, he taps the back of Max.
Oh!
Max goes spinning, and Dougie Falcons
and
gets
P3.
a huge moment here. And now Magnussen Q P4. Now this is real. If Magnussen Q now takes out Dougie, no, I'm kidding.
I mean, he could. Yeah, this is 100% what I'm saying.
Fastest lap, and Marcel has that secured in the bag. So
yeah, anything is possible. You never know. So. I don't know. Like, I mean, Garrett could still spin. Anything could happen. But like, just like I was pointing out, though, like, you could,
Oh,
Me
Max gave us a
personally,
penalty.
okay, you would get made fun of a lot if that's the way you won. But a win is a win, right?
Yep. But then again, Max has a time penalty here, so he's gonna drop
Yeah,
the
that's true. That's true. Ethan Patel in chat says Duncan giving us an insight to his mentality. Oh man, this is why F1 shouldn't have been introduced to the Midwest. But thanks to Drive to Survive, it was, and now here we are. Oh man, so Magnussen right behind Dougie.
Madison actually might be able to think of a move going to turn 1 here if he gets a good exit.
You don't even need to think about it. Just send one. I want to see him send it from break at the 50-meter board right here. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
If you're Dougie, just let him go. If he tries to contest it though, oh, here we go. See, that's the thing. Magnussen gave him so much space when he doesn't need to. He's got nothing to lose.
Yep. But now,
it's
really,
respectable. I will say it's honorable. I just don't know if I'm an honorable guy.
we're on our penultimate lap here, and oh, it was Mateo that got the penalty. Marcel pops. Looks like it'll be an easy win from him. 7.2 seconds back, P2. Quite the gap. Dougie Falcon's an impressive P16 to P3 so far.
Oh, and Marcel goes around. Marcel goes around.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does. He might have wing damage.
Oh my god. Oh wait, that's a. Oh no, sorry, I got too excited.
He might have a little bit of wing damage. I'm not sure.
Garrett Elder. This is.
Garrett Elder 2.3 seconds back. We'll see if he can close the gap. I don't know how much wing damage he has, if any at all. 2.4 seconds now. We'll see if Marcel can hold on. It'll really show through the S's in Sector 1 if he does have any.
Went through that last corner pretty well. So, then again, Garrett Elder just gained a lot of time. And he does have a huge battery advantage.
2.1.
I know Garrett Elder's heart is racing right now.
2.0. The S's are coming up. 1.9. He's gained 4/10 right here.
Magnus Cube is not going to make a move on Dougie Falcons yet. Dougie is blinking. Actually, both of them are. Oh, no. Garrett Elder. Oh, that's it. No. Garrett Elder had way too many moments there. Tires got just too hot.
Oh, he's backing way off now. Did he puncture a tire or is he just...
No, he almost just lost it, so... Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunate for Garrett. Magnussen all over the back of Dougie. Will he try to get the move done, make any last-second dramatic moves? I would assume probably not. But how crazy would it be right now if Marcel and Garrett just spun?
Send it into the last corner, Magnussen. Just send it.
You got no reason not to.
Here. I mean, Dougie has a huge battery advantage on him right now. But, dude, Magnussen, send it.
Lights in the chat says, go Dougie. The two rivals.
Oh my god, so this is very close from Magnussen. Both using all their ERS. So Marcel will take the win.
Marcel's going to win the race, yep.
Will take P2. Magnussen does not send it.
Oh, but Mateo does. Randy Orton from the top rope. Mateo
oh my
says,
god, Ryan Newman coming across with him. He was going to put finish. Oh, Ryan Newman gets him done.
Gets it. Oh my gosh. So from the top, we have two. What did I say?
2 Williams in the top 5.
2 Williams in the top 5, just like I said. What didn't happen? I said it. It came out of my mouth. Just not in that context. So 2 Williams in the top 5 for maybe the first time in forever. I think I just quoted Frozen. I've been watching too much Disney. But top 3, Marcel, Garrett, Dougie Falcon sneaks his way the championship leader and our championship winner for Red Bull. And yeah, that was an exciting race.
That was, dude. That was a lot of fun. One of the more exciting races I've commentated on this game.
Definitely. Oh, good point. And in those final 2 laps, Ethan Patel pointed out in chat, if Dougie would have gotten taken out by Magnus Cube, Dougie would have classified. So he would have gotten points regardless, which
Oh,
means Magnussen would not have won the championship.
yeah.
So we have a
Still
Red
would have
Bull
been worth it.
championship for, I believe, is that back-to-back seasons in D2? Dougie won last season, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dougie winning back-to-back seasons. That might be our first ever back-to-back championship winner in Zoom Racing League.
Hello. Wait, what?
What?
Say it
Oh, I'm
again?
sorry. Other than you,
And Peter.
has Peter won 2 in a row before?
I think he has, right?
Okay, I mean, we might have had a couple of Division 1 back-to-back winners. I apologize. Forgetting you're sitting right here. Oh, that's awkward. We gotta do some interviews though. Let's get Garrett in here. Let's get Dougie in here. And let's get Eruption in here too. Let's get Magnus and Cube as well for constructors.
I think the race of the season though was France.
France? What about Silverstone?
D2. Yeah, the crazy last lap, but I think France takes the cake. Like
Yeah,
if entering the last lap, no one would have like thought who would won. Like
right,
that was crazy.
right. All right, let's go ahead and pull in our constructors championship winners. Team Ferrari clinching the constructor championship. Congratulations to the both of you. Is sincerely a team effort from you guys. And I know that Marcel's been known to be one of the best teammates in the league. Magnussen, congratulations on your P2 in the championship, but you got to give some hats off to your teammate, right?
Oh, 100% I have to, because there is just no way I think I could have done it without his help, especially at Canada and MLI. I don't think I would have won either race if he didn't pull over for me. I just didn't have the pace to do it.
Yeah. He's always been a great teammate. I think that he'll forever be remembered in this league for being a great teammate, controversially at times. But Marcel, let's go to you real quick. Congratulations on your win here at Jeddah. You were absolutely dominant today. How'd the race go for you?
Well, qualifying didn't go as planned because I spun on the last run. But P2 was still fine, I guess, and then I had a little battle with Matteo and Garrett, which I really enjoyed. And then after the safety car reset, I was like, yeah, now I need to pull away. Then
Yep.
yeah.
So I have to ask. There was a theoretical possibility. This all would have had to like happen in a certain way. But Magnussen, there was a chance that potentially you could have, maybe just taken out Dougie Falcons and won the championship. Did that ever cross your mind of potentially like, hey, give him a little bit of a nudge and see what happens? Maybe he DNFs and you win the championship.
It would be a really dirty way, and I don't want to get fucking race banned.
I mean,
Sorry
a
for the
championship is a
swear, but-
championship, all right?
Yeah, but I don't want to get season banned, because that type of stuff is a season ban.
Not necessarily, but yeah.
We're a dirty league here in Zoom Racing. No, I'm kidding.
You probably would have got a race ban for it at least. But I mean, a championship was a championship. We were having that debate in the broadcast booth. We're like, would you even think about it? Would you maybe just be like, just take him out and you could win the championship? Because Marcel could have pulled over for you, theoretically.
If I wasn't taken out a billion times, yes.
I know.
He
So
might.
it was a little bit
Oh, well, things
interesting.
happen.
But yeah, congratulations on still getting P2 in the championship. That's actually really, really good. I think that is way more than people projected for you. Seriously, because you were picked, 12th in the draft, and you finished P2 today. So, they're P2 in the standings. Very good job. Are you surprised to be here, or did you kind of expect this from yourself?
Honestly, I was kind of surprised, because I thought I wasn't that quick in a lot of races. I thought with Eruption setting insane lap times, I couldn't match them for the life of me, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna put it in a wall somewhere, but it just came as a blur. I think the consistency in the first half of the season, despite the penalties and mistakes, paid off, and then when Imola happened, Lights had an absolute shocker of a race. I just happened to gain a lot of ground on him, and then Canada.
Yeah, absolutely. Very strong season for you regardless. Your attendance has been awesome too. Um, and Marcel, maybe not where you wanted to be, but do you plan on racing next season?
For sure, but what I'm not sure is if I should race in D1 or D2, because I would have time for D1 for next season, so I might switch to D1, but we'll see.
Okay, well that would be interesting. We would love to see you in D1, get that grid even more strong, and kind of see where your pace lies. Really, really kind of see you push yourself a little bit. That'd be awesome. So, regardless, congratulations to both of you guys. I think you guys were a class act on track, and you guys were clearly the dominant team this season, and you showed it in the points. And yeah, well done. And I look forward to seeing you guys back next season.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Have a good one.
All right, let's go ahead and pull in our hometown hero. Garrett Elder. Congratulations on a P2 at Jeddah. How do you feel about that result?
Pretty good.
Did you were you expecting a win, or were you kind of thinking that P2 was pretty much your best case result?
I knew I was gonna get a podium coming into the race. I actually had time to practice this week, and yeah, so put in a lot of work, and it paid off.
Real quick, Garrett, when Marcel had a moment on the penultimate lap, did you nerf spike a little bit, thinking possibly you could have a run at him towards the end?
I was hoping he had a broken wing, and I tried to catch him, and my rears just were not having it through those high speed
Yeah, I saw
S's.
that.
So I just had to give up on it and keep my second.
Still a very good finish.
Yeah, you still did have a really good finish. I think that's going to put you P6 in the standings on the season, which is a really strong finish. Do you plan to race again next season?
I'm hoping so. It just depends on some job opportunities I have coming up.
All right, cool.
So we'll find out.
All right, well, congratulations, man, on your finish tonight, and good result in the season, especially for Williams. So you've really put the team on your back this season, and it's been impressive to watch from the broadcaster point of view. It's been a pleasure watching you this season, Garrett, and we look forward to seeing you back.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Love you.
All right, and then let's pull in our championship winner, Dougie Falcons. Congratulations to you and the Red Bull team for your Drivers' Championship. How do you feel right now?
I feel great. I feel good. Free is the better word, but yeah, I feel good. That was a fun race. I'm not gonna hold you. It was a very fun race. I wasn't nervous at all. It felt like every instant was going our way. Yeah, I feel good. Championship's done. Unluckily, we didn't get the constructors. I think collectively we did really well there, but yeah, I feel pretty
Relieved.
Pretty relieved.
Yeah,
relieved.
there
Yeah,
you
an element of that, and an element of just like free.
Yeah. Well, you did a really good job today driving for the big picture, is what I like to say. I think that your patience and maturity really showed. There was a couple times where, maybe you were faster than like Mateo, who was in front of you, or faster than some of the other drivers who were in front of you. But I think you knew that all you had to do was finish top 10, and you were going to win the championship. And the decision making was on point today. You avoided a lot of incidents early. We caught that on stream, and that's pretty much all it took. You didn't have to win the race today, and you did a great job of just being where you need to be.
Yeah. After my lessons from Imola and Canada, I decided to take it a little bit more cautiously than I initially did for Imola, and this time it actually paid off. So yeah, I think those two races kind of made me a bit more like self-aware of where I was, and yeah, it was one of those races where I think like any instant could have just gone the wrong way, and it was sort of lucky towards the end. But yeah, credit to the other two that were trying to catch the championship. Magnussen, I believe, liked as well. So they were unfortunate. I think they got into an incident as well somewhere, which was rather unfortunate. But yeah, it was just one of those things where it just turned out well, and we got a podium out of that too. But unlucky for the constructors, as I said.
Yeah, it was a really good podium for you. I was gonna ask, you qualified all the way at the back of the field. You knew you needed a top 10 finish. Did that make you nervous at all, or were you panicking at all when you saw where you qualified? What were your thought? What's your thought process when that happened?
Um, I think I was just not. I wasn't really. I don't know. I played it very safe in qualifying, and I think that's what bit me as well. Although I did play it safe in the race, and I think I just got the right balance. I think I played it way too safe in qualifying, trying not to invalidate, and I lost a lot of time in that first sector where you're likely to invalidate, and I think it bit me in the ass. So yeah, so I wasn't nervous going into it. I thought we could probably try and get a couple of positions. I was more just worried about the first couple of laps more than the start. Yeah, and then as soon as we got going, it was fine. So going into qualifying and getting knocked out of Q1, I think I've done that like every single full qualifying session we've done this this season. So yeah, it was. I think I learned it from what Monaco we did the last time we did full qualifying. So it was good to get knocked out in Q1, I guess, and then just fight our way upwards.
Well,
But-
yeah, you are the man under pressure, Dougie Falcons. You are the drivers' champion of Division 2, so congratulations, man. You plan on driving next season? Are you gonna take a season off, or what's the move from here?
The plan is to drive next season. I will give another season a go. I don't mind sticking to Division 2. I don't mind doing to D1 either. That one cameo I did in D1, kind of maybe I could do it, but yeah, I'll see what I feel like doing. But yeah, I think staying on and see where we end up.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you back next season, hopefully for more wins, more championships, all right?
Yeah, hopefully so. Thank you so much.
Yep. All right, Hudson, well, that's it. That's a wrap for this season, dude. Thank you for joining me in the booth.
Yeah, of course, man. My pleasure, dude. This was a fun season. Quite a few good races, including this one. Silverstone, France. Well, what a way to round out D2. Now we only have D1 left. One more race, and yeah, let's finish it out tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It helps us out a lot. Turn on the notifications. And like he said, we have another race tomorrow, Division 1, 8 p.m. Sunday nights. That will be our premier drivers, our fastest drivers, going head-to-head in a championship battle. Make sure you tune in for that. And we look forward to seeing you guys then. This is the final sign-off from Division 2. Congratulations to all drivers on a good season. And we look forward to seeing you back next season. Goodbye.